What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town.
As long as you stay put, you'll be safe.
Are you sure?
The masked creature grunts 3 times at the sight of you. It reaches its arm out. Clasped in its hand is a crumpled parchment. You take the page, and the servant returns to its hollow existence.
I hear something scurrying around.
The turtle looks up at you, slowly. It looks down, slowly. It looks back to you, slowly.
Lucky in life, unlucky in love. Used to be the ladies, was there one day, and wasn't the next. Riker now, nice guy, gives me beats. I like beats.
She lets loose a long sigh. She inhales. She sighs again.
just over there. Don't blink, or he'll flit right past. Like a rat. His Grace. I'm Gruel. I'm too slow to give him smooches. And he's so smoochable. If only I could keep up. I could groan sweet things in his little ears. I could tell him I love him. I could share my beats. I like beats. Oh, how kind. But I don't like butter. You could try carrot juice or some kind of nectar. The rats like nectar. Maybe cheese juice. Is there such a thing as cheese juice? Oh, that's too bad. Because then you could cheese juice her up.
She grins at her own joke. It takes a good minute for her mouth to reach a full smile.
You, apple tater cheese. Hungry cheeseberry.
The rat vacuums up your scent. Its whiskers twitch.
Food. No time, need food.
The rat's tail twists and untwists. His ears cock and uncock.
Food.
I smell sauce in the air. And something else, too. Something rancid.
There you are, Godwoken. I'm eager to hear your good news. How marvelous.
Riker's lips tremble impatiently as his eyes dart to your pack.
Show it to me.
Riker reverently slides his fingers across the tablet.
Exceptional. Truly. The bond can be broken. Our bargain is almost complete. I will teach you what I know. You will be bonded to the source. You will channel it in great volume.
Riker closes his eyes and spreads his arms, then begins to recite a vivid incantation.
I call to the souls of the dead. Your remains, the stone garden's eternal burden, descend from the hall. Surrender your source to the vessel before me.
Riker ignores you and continues his call. His voice grows even louder, until his words echo from every crevice in the chamber.
Swan and Rince, Crossley and Locke, Quincy, Keller, Harkwood, Haran, an essence yours no longer. Souls and source come forth. Cross to the void, so that she might awaken.
The words wrap themselves around you, then slip through your pores. You feel as if you could skate upon water or leap among the clouds. You are no longer less, but more.
It is done. I have brought something to nothing. Drink from the well of source, my friend. I have been true to my word. Now that you mention it, there is one other promise I need to keep. A shame it has to be this way. I was just getting fond of you.
I've never felt so alive. Won't be the first double cross. I'm a wanted man.
The spirit's lips curl into a sneer.
Don't look so pleased with yourself. You're too quick to act, too green still. Your bond with the source may be strengthened, but you are hardly prepared for divinity. I've nothing left to show you, and nothing left to say. Take what you must, but my remaining memories and masteries, they are mine alone.
His sneer is now a gash, wide and gruesome. You can barely believe one spirit could harbor so much contempt. His face only contorts further, a testament to his unmitigated contempt. Tendrils of source snake from you to him, and from him to you. Your mind leaps from one of Riker's memories to the next. You struggle to control the visions as they rush past your inner eye. The graveyard. You look down at your mangled hand, then towards a shimmering spirit standing ahead. A feast awaits. You reach out your gnarled hand. The victimized spirit writhes in agony as you siphon its source into your failing body. Your hand straightens before your very eyes. The wrinkles smooth and the age spots fade. The pulsing blue veins that once crisscrossed are now unseen, hidden under newly taut skin. Your efforts are useless. Your hold on Riker's spirit has weakened, and a final vision crashes into view. You slip on your spectacles and hold the parchment to your eyes. As the script comes into focus, you see the words Black Ring near the bottom, and you are thrust into the reality to become fully you.
There is but one promise I have ever regretted making. One deal I have ever sought to break. That tablet, the template to the Sworn Breaker. It was the key to my freedom. Alas, I remain sworn. Yet, I take some comfort in knowing that the Black Ring comes for you, Godwoken. The lone wolves will collect on their contract.
You couldn't imagine it possible, but the spirit's scorn only grows. Riker may be silent, but his feelings are hardly secret.
Look out! I see a trap
Now
nearby.
that's a trap.
Interesting. I'll give it that. Careful now, that's a trap.
Careful now, that's a trap.
Flesh and bone, severed and stitched. Perhaps some sort of necromancy.
flesh is well past ripe. Yeah.
Your loyal dog laps at your face as you fade into void. Would that you had the strength to do more than pat its head and whisper, "Good boy." He was, the only soul you've had reason to ever trust. You lie back on the riverbank's edge, eyes closed, waiting for the fish to bite. This is the life. You open your eyes to take in the blue skies, but another sight awaits. A gaunt elven face, sliced by a chilling smile. The pilgrimage takes its toll. You've walked upwards of 20 leagues, yet Arx is 40 more. You sit at the base of a looming statue and sip from your flask, grateful for a moment's rest. You kneel and pray at the stone cross. You know your words go unheard. You know you speak only to soil and bone. But you aren't praying for him. You are praying for you. You feel tough wood and tougher steel under your claws. You gently sing a song in the old tongue of the lizards, and your chest creaks open. Welcome back, Consul Zara. It hisses as you reach inside, pulling out your fire whip.
Yeah.
No keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism.
It's broken.
Just when I think this land holds still, at least.
This is quite the antiques collection. This is quite the antiques collection. No keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism. This is quite the antiques collection. Interesting. I'll give it that.
Ugh, no keyhole, no handle. There must be a hidden mechanism.
I found something.
Interesting, I'll give it that. Unusual relic indeed.
Do not ascend. The web of despair awaits.
You look up to the portrait, its subject's face staring right back at you, one eyebrow raised, as if lifted by a fishhook.
Contentious cur! Thou wouldst dare prance and gallivant about without a summons? Get thee gone, for at the count of 12 less 2, the sentries advance. You waste but your own time with thick-headed queries, thou cow-handed fribble. In the 10th second, the guards descend.
You come up empty. Perhaps there is nothing to find.
This is what Rivellon has become. It has a sanctuary for greedy poltroons seeking riches from noble patrons of the visual arts.
The painted man harumphs.
If you think the Master loves you more than he loves me, then, Dot, you're a bigger idiot than you look.
Master's the master. Master knows the dog is better than the cat. Master says good dog. Does Master say good cat? No. No, Master does not. See?
The cat gives the dog a long, languid look of carefully disguised contempt. Then she sighs and turns to you.
Settle an argument for us. Dog's body here thinks that because the Master is grateful for his, meaning the dog's, mindless devotion, he loves his dog more than he loves his cat. I, on the other hand, know full well that it's the Master's admiration for my general bearing, demeanour and intrinsic greatness what is most indicative of a state of actual love. He near worships me, he does.
Master loves his dog. Master thinks his cat is cool, not the same thing.
You're a moron.
No, I'm not. I'm black-brown.
See what I'm dealing with? Come on, settle the argument. Tell him he's wrong.
Dog.
Oh, cat.
Dog.
See what I'm up against here?
Madness within, madness without.
I've spotted something.
Now is not the time for a bath. Now is not the time for a bath. This door is locked tight, but there's a sliding hatch at ankle height. Grains of sand drift from beneath the door and form the tiniest dunes. Peering in, you can barely see as your vision is limited by a cobweb draped across the hatch. You think you see an empty room carpeted with sand. It's quiet in the room, too quiet. The spider spindles right up to you, her long, long legs tickling the sandy floor. A malevolent intelligence gleams forth from 8 beady eyes. She opens her mouth, hissing at you.
Don't you know, my little pepper pot, that it's ever such bad manners to enter a queen's boudoir without permission? But what's this? Something familiar beats within your heart. A venom promise, a gift from one of my kind.
She shuffles her enormous body closer, looming over you until you are enveloped under her shadow. Venom sizzles to the sand from her fangs as you are pinned in place under all 8 of her eyeballs.
You come here for me. You desire another spider's kiss. How rude you are, Sugar Plum. But I'm not interested in you like that. I've already got plenty of babies. So you are still prey, but of a different kind. I hunger, and I hear my princelings blubbering in their loving cocoons. Time for us to feast.
Her fangs drool venom that sizzles on the sand. But there's no time to think about all that, because raising up on her hind legs, she pounces right at you. You remember drinking ruby wine with Magister Boris in the armory after hours. You remember his deep hazel eyes, how he trembled as he kissed you. You remember all of it, the best night of your life.
He speaks only when the silence is loudest.
She hums quietly. The notes move in rhythm with her wandering eyes. The lizard pauses, and a smile crosses her face.
Me belongs to me. Servants belong to the hall. That's the way I like it.
Her hum returns, soft at first, then blossoming into a full-fledged hymn.
10 spans under, humans slept. 10 spans up, the dwarves were kept.
Heroes Rest, memorial to the saviors of Driftwood, and the first of this region who joined Lucian the Divine. They lie here as comrades forever, eschewing the burial customs of their own people so that they can stand guard even in death.
This part is gated off from the rest. Whoever is buried here must have been important.
Here rests the human hero Garrick. He served Lucian the Divine with immense skill and slew the necromancers who preyed upon the dead of Stone Garden Cemetery. The implements of his heroism shall rest at the site of his victory. Here rests the elven hero Halla. He served Lucian the Divine with great vigor and defended the farmers who feed Reaper's Coast against pitiless bandits. The implements of his heroism shall rest at the site of his victory. Here rests the dwarven hero Bromley. She served Lucian the Divine with honor and cast out the demons that plagued the great woodlands. The implements of her heroism shall rest at the site of her victory. Here rests the lizard hero Vidia. She served Lucian the Divine with great dignity and vanquished the strange beasts that arose from the primordial caverns of Reaper's Coast. The implements of her heroism shall rest at the site of her victory. Suddenly, the earth churns and buckles upwards in several places. Some things are trying to rise to the surface.
Die, Godwoken!
These graves shall be yours now, Godwoken.
Reveal yourself.
These were heroes. What happened to them? And what's this covenant?
The heroes of Driftwood lie at your feet, dead for good this time.
Most foreboding. When did heroes turn villains? And what is this covenant?
Far be it from me to criticize, but were these truly what passes for heroes in this world?
They were corrupted somehow. If it could happen to them, it could happen to us. We should be cool.
I've spotted something.
What's this? I found something.
The headless statue looms over you. Its plinth bears the same rotation scratches as its counterpart. The statue doesn't move, no matter how much force you apply.
I've spotted something.
The plinth of the statue bears a series of deep, circular scratches upon its stone. The statue can be rotated. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little effort. The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little... The plinth of the statue bears a series... The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little effort. The statue rotates with little resistance. The statue rotates with little resistance. The plinth of the statue... You cringe at the sound of stone grating against stone. The sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with... The statue rotates with little resistance. The statue rotates with little resistance. The statue rotates with little resistance.
I found something.
Must be some potion that can calm her.
A man paces back and forth, puffing anxiously on a pipe. His face is creased with tiredness. The faint coppery hue of dried blood stains his hands. He sees you.
If you're looking for healing or the like, then you'd best look elsewhere. My plate is full for now.
The man chomps on the bit of his pipe, generating a small cloud of nervous smoke. Finally, he plucks it from his mouth and clears his throat.
I came by a new patient, a young woman, very troubled. I'll do what I can for her, but I'll need to concentrate. And that means...
He gestures with his pipe for you to leave.
This isn't someone with a broken leg who needs to be held still. This is serious and dangerous. I doubt you could help. Oh, fine. You can help. Take this key and go to the cellar. I'll join you there. Just be careful. It's clear she's a powerful sorcerer, but also whatever she was subjected to has warped her in body and mind. I have her locked up for good reason.
Across the cellar, a shape bearing some resemblance to a woman lurches around to face you. It utters a marrow-curdling gurgle.
She senses us. Be calm and quiet. No sudden moves. You're right. I hadn't noticed before. Couldn't get close enough. We have to help her. Maybe we can reverse whatever was done to her. All right. We need her subdued, understand? Do whatever you can to knock her down. Just don't go too far, or you might kill her.
Another gurgle, sharper, angrier. Then the sound of rapid footfalls rushing towards you. The young woman lies still on the floor, her breathing an uneven rasp. The young woman lies still on the floor, her breathing an uneven rasp. Swan's satchel of surgical tools lies nearby. Swan approaches, cradling his arm with a grimace of pain.
Those summons of hers broke my arm. I'll do what I can to help, but the rest is up to you. Tread carefully. One false move and she's dead.
Swan carefully holds her head steady with his one good arm. Something moves along her exposed lobe. It's a maggot of some kind. The maggot is caught in the pinch of the tweezers and plucked off in a single, swift movement. The woman's breathing has grown shallow as she hovers between life and death. All you can do is close her up and hope for the best. You try to replace the bone extract. It doesn't seem to line up with the hole very well. You shove it in as best you can and draw the scalp down over it. Your hand passes over the needle and thread in Swan's satchel and instead fishes out a roll of bandages. You wrap. The woman's breathing grows stronger, more even. Color flushes her cheeks.
She's alive. You did it. I've never seen anything like that, not in 20 years. I'll tend to her here for a while. She shouldn't be moved yet. She'll want to thank you once she comes round, I'm sure. It's a damn miracle that she survived.